When I travel, I like to go outside of the city area and the touristy area and see what the areas look like where the normal everyday locals live. What the housing is like, what the stores are like, what the transportation is like. So that's what I'm going to do in this episode. So with that in mind, this is the last stop called Rybatskoye on the green M3 line in St. Petersburg, Russia. It's about 16.4 kilometers or 9.8 miles southeast of the city center on Nevsky, right where the green and the blue metro lines meet. So this is the last stop, and I'm going to go outside and see what the area looks like and compare it. Does it look kind of like Nevsky Prospekt and most of the touristy area of St. Petersburg, or is it completely different? So let's have a look around. This station was built in 1984, so I imagine that this area was developed around that time so that they needed the new train station further south from where it was before that. And so looking at these buildings, these malls here, they look pretty new. I would say probably within the last 20, 30 years. And this area, also these apartment buildings look relatively new. So maybe they are from the area of the 80s, 90s, something along those lines. And walking around here, you always get a strange feeling, at least I do, just because of the size of these buildings. You got these huge buildings, but there's nothing in between. It's either an empty field or a huge couple hundred unit building, 20-story unit building or whatever. There's nothing like a one or two family house next to one of these. So that's the difference, I guess, when you have central planning in a communist country. When they say we need 10,000 new units, they just start building them on some place that was just grass before. And they say, okay, then let's bring the train station further down south to meet the demand for the new units we're going to build. Normally, like someplace in the US, if this was being developed slowly, you would see single family houses first. And after some years, maybe some 2 or 3 family houses. And after more and more people moved in, maybe some people would take a risk and build a 10-unit building or something like that. Here, they don't have any risk because all the units are already spoken for, so to speak. So it's just a totally different way of planning, I guess. And so that's why you have this outcome of just all these really big buildings and nothing else. And you see these little buses over here. There's a lot of them. And I don't believe that they are government owned. I believe they're privately owned. A girl that's from St. Petersburg told me that there's one company that owns maybe like 1,000 of these, a private company. So they're really popular. There's a city bus across the street, but these little buses are, I believe, all private. And so I see this in New York as well. Some places like in Jamaica, they call them dollar buses, where the train station lets out, but there's still some distance between the train station and where a lot of people live. So you have these buses that do these little routes, and they just wait there until they fill up, and then they go. So this is what the area looks like around here, and it looks pretty nice, I would say. I don't know what it's like in the winter. This is filmed in the summer around July or August. So let's go look at the complete other end of this train line that is going to be Begovaya station, and that's about almost 7 miles northwest center at Nevsky. So, and that train station is a lot newer. So let's see what that neighborhood looks like and how similar it is to this one. So this is the last stop, Begovaya, on the green M3 line. And I just wanted to show you the inside of this train car before we go out. Pretty amazing. This Soviet themed car with all these wraps all over it, even on the windows. The whole car is basically ode to the Soviet times. Pretty cool looking car for sure. I haven't seen anything like that in New York, so they could definitely take a lesson from St. Petersburg metros. Now, this train station is really new. It was opened in May of 2018, and this was filmed around July or August. So it was only open about, 2-3 months before I filmed this here. So really modern looking. At the top of those columns, those are supposed to be propellers. I don't really know what the theme of this station is supposed to be, but it's nice. It's nice, new looking and everything. Not really my style. I like the older Soviet stations with the marble and the classical columns and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure how the locals feel about this station, but I'm sure they're just happy to have this station extended out now to their neighborhood so they can get into the city center for work or whatever. So let's go upstairs and see what the area looks like around here. So here we are outside of the metro station, and let's see what it looks like. And the first thing you see is a really big block of buildings, at least maybe 15, 20 stories high, and other buildings of similar heights all around this area. Again, it feels really, really huge. And the strange thing is, it seems like there is no little neighborhood stores or anything like that. It's not really walkable like it is in the middle of St. Petersburg by Nevsky, where you have smaller shops. Here it's just really big apartment buildings and then really big shopping centers like this mall behind me here. It's actually called the Atlantic City Mall. And for those who don't know, Atlantic City is a famous beach town in New Jersey in the United States that's also known for its casinos. It's the gambling center of New Jersey, really. So I don't know why they would name this mall after Atlantic City. It's not really a nice place at all, but probably most of the people who live here don't really know that. So, so it looks similar to the other end of the line. Only difference I see is there's a tram running through here, but other than that, it looks very similar. So let's go have a look at what this Atlantic City Mall looks like. And the mall even has a big grocery store, and a lot of malls out here seem to have grocery stores in them. So let's have a walk through here. It's probably not going to be very busy because of the time of day. It's still during working hours during the week. So see what it looks like. So here is the Atlantic City Mall. It's been built very recently, probably right around the same time as the new metro station. And this mall is very modern looking, very clean, very new, which is ironic because the real Atlantic City in New Jersey is anything but that. If you showed the people in this mall pictures of what Atlantic City looks like, I think they would want the name of this mall changed immediately. So here's a look at the mall. It's not very crowded, like most kind of suburban malls on a weekday during work hours. Not that many people here right now. So this is what it looks like at the far ends of the metro lines in St. Petersburg, Russia. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. All of these things really help me with the YouTube algorithms to get my videos shown to a wider audience. Thank you for watching.